Welcome to the era of Data 360. Activate trusted data everywhere with the evolution of Data Cloud. Now, Data 360 activates trusted data like nothing else and empowers teams, AI, and systems to deliver personalized experiences that drive measurable business growth. Carrie Chow, joined by Paul Cordasco, Director of Product Marketing here at Salesforce. Paul, thrilled to have you here.
Great to be here.
Let's talk about the rebrand for a sec over here. Why are we now Data 360?
Well, I think you just said it, right? We want to get closer to our mission, which is the solution is designed to activate trusted data everywhere. And in the age of agentic enterprise, it's never been more important. It's the fuel that drives your business forward, and it's going to drive your growth forward. But I also want to stress that we are still zero copy. We still use our zero copy framework. That's not changing. So while you can activate trusted data everywhere, no matter where you have your data, you could have it in Databricks, you could have it in Snowflake, you could have it in GCP. We can access that data without having to move it or copy it. We keep it secure. So that part is still the same, but the name has changed to really stress that activation piece.
I love that, right? Like there is an evolution, but the goods are still the goods.
Absolutely.
To get the most out of AI, why is data activation so important?
Because context is king. If I sat down here and I turned to you and I said, "Where's my jacket?" you'd look at me like, "What jacket? You didn't have a jacket, you have that jacket?" No, you need more information about what I'm talking about. You need to have access to data that maybe I left my jacket somewhere on the campground and can you help me and this is what it looks like. The same thing with AI. If you don't provide the right data, the prompts aren't going to get you there. It's really smart, but it needs information. It needs that trusted data we were talking about to ground the queries so you get a response that's appropriate, not a response that's wrong, especially when you have the risk of hallucination out there where they'll come up with an answer that's basically out of left field. And we know all the dangers that could open up. So we want to make sure we have that grounded data for AI.
Clean, trusted data. Let's break it down a little more. What's a common use case where companies can see that immediate ROI in action?
So two use cases. Let's go with the agent one first. Let's assume I go out and I buy a jacket this time on a website. I go back to the website because I don't love the jacket. It doesn't really fit. I didn't like the color. The color looked different than what I had purchased. So I go back to the site, and instead of having to go through the arduous process we all have to do of doing returns, I have an agent, and it walks me through the process, and it's much more seamless than I'm used to. Right there, that's an ROI. You've deepened the relationship with me as a customer. But also, the agent can start doing cross-sells and upsells to me. So think about now the agent has extended itself to beyond, because it has that data we talked about, it can offer me relevant deals related to the return and related to other accessories I might want to buy. Secondly, I want to talk about something that's really close to me, Clean Rooms. I was very involved in this launch recently. Clean Rooms is a data collaboration and insights platform that we're offering our Data Cloud customers. And basically how it works is this. Imagine you're an advertising manager at a hotel group, and you want to do advertising on a airline website. And you want to hit as many of the folks that are going to come to your destination on that site as possible. But you're not really sure who they are, right? You want to make sure you're hitting them and not necessarily folks who are going to other destinations. So you can get into a clean room, which is a vault where you'll lock your data in an encrypted way with the data of that airline about who's on their website. And you'll be able to match against your data with that data, find an overlap, find the audience that's the most appropriate to advertise to, and hit that audience. So you don't waste all that extra advertising on folks that aren't necessarily going to buy your product because they're not flying to your destination. Maybe they're not in the category of your hotel chain.
That sounds amazing. I'm a visual learner. You actually have a demo of the clean rooms.
I do.
To take us through what we're seeing here.
So here's the hotel chain we were just talking about. They have already started, this is a dashboard, they've already started building up their segments inside of the clean room. They've already done some matching with some other partners. So they're maybe matching them with advertisers, with other airlines, and they've got some segments here they can share. They can share on Slack with their friends, with their colleagues, I should say.
Yeah.
Here's a data collaboration being set up here, brand new one. Let's start it up. So what they're doing is they're starting a collaboration, and they're going to reach out to the airline and say, I want to do a collaboration with you. I want to do an overlap collaboration. I want to see where my audience overlaps with yours, like we were talking about earlier. And I want to use a map template so we can make sure that our data matches up with your data in the most seamless way, and we can get the insights out that we want. Remember, this is a secure environment.
Yeah.
There's encryption, and there's no PII being shared, but I'm getting valuable insights out about audiences I want to reach in my advertising. So let's name this collaboration that we're setting up with. So Polonia is the hotel brand, Astro Air is the airline, and then the other side of the equation is the airline has to accept the collaboration, right? Because they're sharing data too. So here's the accept going on, the acceptance, I should say, by the airline. So they accept. And they also use the same map template to make sure that their data is matching what was provided by the hotel chain. Okay, so we're going to go back now to the actual collaboration, and we're going to run a query. So the collaboration is all set up. We've agreed, both parties have agreed to share their data. So what's happening now is we're going to actually run a query, and we're going to call it Loyalty Tier Platinum, because we're going to pull that segment out of Data Cloud, and we're going to run a query about that segment with Astro Air to learn about their segments. And lo and behold, we match our loyalty segment with their segments, and we find, again, a bunch of segments here that we can activate and make sure that our media is used appropriately, and we're not wasting a lot of outreach to folks who aren't going to buy from us anyway.
That's incredible, and I love the clickability and the ease of use. It's something like we at Salesforce, our foundation, right? Like the clicks not code, and just seeing how easily, seeing those map templates, making it as easy as possible to get this type of information. To further deliver the best experience, Salesforce did just acquire Informatica, which will enhance our trusted data foundation, critical for agentic AI. Really quickly, why is that such a big deal?
Because not all of your data lives inside of Salesforce. We know that, we're aware of that. Informatica has rich data from all over your enterprise about your ERP systems like Oracle and SAP, but other systems too. So getting access to that data will only make Data 360 and our entire data platform that much more powerful. So you'll have that much more context, like I was talking about earlier, for the AI to really make decisions in the moment that are appropriate and that drive real ROI and drive your business forward.
I love that. Paul Cordasco, thanks so much for your insights and breaking down clean rooms. Love seeing that demo. To learn more about Data 360, go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen or check out salesforce.com/data.